backed after coming in second to Jason for a full-time spot in last year's internship competition. She was still bitter about it. She was the daughter of a Hollywood studio executive and accustomed to getting her way. After graduating from UCLA, Astrid had come to Seattle expecting to win a staff job. She was talented and beautiful, but had a reputation for attaching herself to other people's stories for a byline. Jason was a loner who did his own work. He grew up in a blue-collar neighborhood between the west bank of the Duwamish River and Highway 509. It was near Boeing Field and the shipyards, a place where all he'd wanted since the day he'd started delivering the Mirror was to be a newspaper reporter. Pursuing that dream had not been easy for him. His old man was a recovering alcoholic who'd worked in a brewery. Jason had driven a forklift there to put himself through community college. He also hung out with cops and sold crime features to Seattle's big dailies. Impressed with his hustle, an editor at the Mirror offered him a last-minute spot on its intern program last year. It was his shot. He went up against 5 prima donnas, including Astrid, all of them from big J schools with experience at big papers, all going full tilt for a single position. Jason won out. After he broke a major exclusive, the Mirror made him a full-time staff reporter. But it almost didn't happen, thanks to his old man. To this day, his father refused to talk about the incident that forced him off the Seattle police force. It had cost him his marriage. It nearly took Jason down with him, because the drinking strained their relationship to the breaking point. The final embarrassment came last year when he showed up drunk in the newsroom looking for Jason. The shame of that night got his old man to admit he had a problem. It got him to quit drinking and get help. Almost a year sober now, and he was doing great. Hell, Jason was proud of him. He was a different man. He'd taken early retirement from the brewery and a few courses to chase a dream of his own, becoming a private investigator. And it was happening for him. An agency run by an old cop buddy had taken him on. Jason's thoughts returned to the newsroom and the fact there was no overnight note from Astrid. Strange. He'd never hidden the fact that she hated the night police beat and struggled on breaking news. She'd always left an overnight note. Except this time. Something wasn't right. He went back to the scanners. All units on the Ballard situation. We've got a possible pedestrian injury accident. Stand by for confirmation. 76. Have you got paramedics rolling? 10-4. He flipped to a fresh page in his notebook, then jotted notes as he spotted Astrid's bag at her desk, which adjoined his. Strange. Her shift ended at 2 a.m. She shouldn't be here. Maybe she'd forgotten it last night. He inventoried the large newsroom with its rows of half-walled cubicles, computer terminals, desks cluttered with towers of newspapers, reports, cafeteria plates, cutlery, and assorted crap. Virtually empty. Nobody came in at this hour. Nobody else in metro, business, sports, entertainment, or lifestyles. A few copy editors worked alone on advanced pages, but they were far off from him, like sentries at distant posts. The editorial assistant was floating around and had left him a note from the assignment editor, who was going to be late because he'd blown a tire. A door flew open. He turned to his boss's glass-walled office to see Astrid Grant march to the cop desk. She opened her bag, then used both hands to thrust belongings from her drawers into it, as if the building were on fire. "Hey, what's going on?" Her face and eyes were red. "I've been fired." "What? Why?" "Ask Dickhead." She nodded to the Metro editor's office. "Stupid damn tanker crash. I'm fed up with Rain Town. I'm going home to L.A." Astrid grabbed her bag and hurried off, putting a hand to her face. He started after her, but was stopped by the scanners. "All units in the Ballard area. Update. Possible pedestrian injury now reported as a hit and run. 76. What's your ETA? 7, maybe 10. Can we please confirm the address again? 10-4. The dispatcher repeated the address over the air.